I voy.
Buenas tardes, señor Prince.
Sí, adelante.
Mucho gusto.
Gracias por venir.
Sí,
Toma asiento,
llegué a tiempo, es que no me quedó muy clara la hora.
No hay problema. Siéntese, por favor. Perdónenme, traigo un dolor de
espalda.
De espalda, espalda. ¿Quiere té o café o...?
No, está bien así, gracias. Antes que nada, mi más sentido pésame, señor. No sabe cuánto lo siento.
No se preocupe, pero gracias por haber venido. Tengo una pregunta. Usted ¿usted inglés habla?
Claro. Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Sir, there's something I need to say to you. I guess what you maybe want to ask me, but something that you have to know is that everything said in the place where I give therapy, well, everything that a patient says to me is private. Just to bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, only to let you know.
Even if the patient is dead?
Yes, even that.
Suppose that we're gonna find something interesting to talk about it. Right? Something to make me understand what happened to my son. And I saw you yesterday at the funeral.
Oh, yes, I saw you too, but I didn't have the chance to speak to you. Sorry for that.
Yeah, don't tell me who you. Don't tell me who you were, and he's very direct, and I like that about him.
Were you surprised were you surprised to know that Alex was in therapy?
That he didn't tell me surprised me.
And why do you think that he didn't?
I mean, we'll never find the answer to that, will we? Or I mean, maybe I won't. But the whole thing here is that maybe is that something that always puzzles me, because I never understand the whole process that happened here in therapy. You know, they think that who's the doctor, who's the patient, and what kind of things are you gonna treat in this kind of therapies or things that the patients speak with the doctor about. You know, it's funny because all that secrecy and all that misunderstandings are things that the people never spoken, but are things that land the patients here in therapy. Isn't that ironic?
Well, I don't think it's about secrecy. I think that it's about creating an environment where the patient feels safer.
Safer than with their loved ones?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's easier to talk to somebody that it's not related with us, maybe a kind of a stranger, someone that has no stake in it.
You mean like a prostitute? Someone who's paid for the intimacy and their discretion. Do you think that Alex spoke in that consultory some things that he never, spoke to anyone else about it? He was very introspective. Reminds me like his grandfather.
In what way?
You trying to shrink me, doctor?
No, I'm just curious.
Curious? Or perhaps you can help yourself?
Oh, well, that's probably true too.
You know what? My father and Alex had the same mannerisms and maybe the same way of, maybe the same way of think. When Alex was a little boy and my father had been there almost 20 years, there he was sitting across the other side of the table looking at me through me with those eyes of his on Alex's face. So let me tell you something, doctor. A question, is your father still living, Mr. Balcesar?
Yes, yes. His body is in good health, but his mind is gone.
Were you close?
No, yes, yes. We had our differences, of course.
And how often do you see him?
About once a month.
Um, does he know you are there?
No, I don't think so. But the visit is more for my sake, you know.
And what do you get out of it?
Connection, maybe a sense of belonging.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Oh. Do you have conversations with him in your head? Or both sides of his conversation, of his environment?
Yes, Yes, when I was younger, everything he said to me went to one ear out of the other, but now I can hear his voice in my head loud and clear every day.
See, that's the sense of connection that you mentioned. I mean, that's what I feel sleeping away with each passing day since Alex dead. The sense of I'm trying, I'm trying to find his voice, but you know, um, he just won't talk to me. I don't know what happened.
Mr. Prince, if you don't mind me saying so, I think that it's still too soon for that. I mean that you're in a state of shock, but I think that you will hear his voice eventually. He will talk to you sometime.
I I apologize for comparing what do you do with I mean prostitution. I don't believe they are the same at all. You don't have to tell me what he thought or what are the ideas that he have, but just what you thought of him personally. I mean, you know that he was a military man and he have missions. He have a purpose like a like a sense of purpose and if something important and that's something. So I don't know what you can tell me about him.
Well, were you in the service yourself, Mr. Prince?
Yes, 8 months, and you know, after they they driven me, had an asthma attack, and they they discharged me. So probably saved my life. Funny, in fact, but a breathing problem, yes, but it was my salvation and my father's dead. Neil, Alex told you about what happened to my father. I mean, I have curiosity because these are facts about my life, not Alex treatment, and it's not about Alex treatment, it's about my life, and I would like to, I don't know if, do you happen to know something about my father's death? Or something about how he died? I mean, yes or no, it's a simple question. Just tell me that and
Yes, I will.
anyway, I wasn't a war hero like my son, but but it's that what you were wondering.
Well, how do you feel about Alex's service in the army?
How it's supposed that I'm gonna feel me? Of course that I was proud of it. I mean, it's my son, and it's like any father would be. So, was he, do you think?
Well, I think that Alex was particularly difficult to compartmentalize, to keep his own feelings apart of his obligations or the expectations or the others. That kind of expectations.
I want to understand my son. So, Mr. Valcesar, and instead of helping me, you are answering questions with questions.
He was living to the excel of the way that he always excelled.
I mean, what are you saying that Alex was ill-equipped emotionally to handle the pressure?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Prince? You asking me to
I'm asking your opinion.
Well, Alex's thoughts or feelings are not something to discuss here. His feelings are, well, thing of his therapy.
You are playing fast and loose here, aren't you, Mr. Valcesar?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. I can know my son was troubled. Just not how troubled, but I want to know what his therapist believed he was capable of, how far he would go.
How far he would go with what, Mr. Prince?
Let me tell you something, Mr. Valcesar. I speak with a couple, with two military fellows of Alex, and you know what? I can understand that military exercise. I mean, it's supposed that it was only like a fucking exercise, and you know the exercise, it's supposed that there was two planes, and one airplane it's too strange because there are another rumors about that Alex killed himself, and that's a thing that I cannot understand because I don't understand why, if it's supposed that it only was a fucking exercise, a fucking military exercise, and there was only 2 airplanes, and it was an ejection seat. Why he didn't jump? Why? Oh, it's something that I cannot fucking understand, you know? And but that's not all, you know? Because you know, my son, when he was a child, I took him to a basketball match to he could play and have fun with his friends, but another big kid, another fucking fatty and disgusting kid beat my Alex and hit them in the face, and that was horrible, you know? It was, oh, my back.
And Alex didn't defend himself.
No, he couldn't defend himself because he only was a little boy and he was just like a pussy boy, you know? And I don't know how to tell you this, but I came where I came from. It's like a fucking shed place when if you have black skin and skin, the people just boring you and disturbing you and make you and causing you a lot of troubles just because you are black, and I see a lot of things when I see my Alex suffering in the ground, you know? But you know what is the most painful thing? That of course that I not always see those horrible things, and I don't only saw those terrible things, you know? I saw a lot of dead and a lot of blood and a lot of kids in troubles, but
Then what you're saying is that therapy doesn't help people?
yeah, I think that thing is a bullshit.
And why, Mr. Prince?
It's a fucking shitty, you know, because you must need to know that when the Third World War came, that people that paid for a fucking therapy are gonna be the first ones in have troubles and lose his mind. So he had his own therapist and his own personal things, and he told you a lot of fucking bullshits, I suppose, but you know, that's why I believe in Darwin and in his survival of the fittest, you know? That is like it's like a theory, you know, and it's the fittest, no, the most powerful and the most strongest man in the world. It's about the most fittest. That's why I always, in my whole life, try to taught Alex about being a strong man and being the most powerful in the world. I have a question for you, Mr. Valcesar. Do you have a son?
Yes, I do.
He did a lifetime of trying to please me in everything that they did.
Your son loved you, and he was very proud of you, Mr. Prince. He told me that.
But
It's true, sir. He told me that.
don't tell me that! You think that that comforts me? Yeah, well, no. That not fucking comforts me, alright? I would like to prefer that he hated me. You know that he rated to me, but I would prefer that that was his fuck you to me. I just wanna have my fucking son here, man. I killed my father. With my own hands. Did I kill my son too?
Sir, whatever happened, it wasn't your fault. It was an accident.
I don't know if that was a fucking accident. Well, never know. Will we? Or, well, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you, and thank you for your time, and I really appreciate that you have the attention to see my son. So I don't know if you will like that I call you a taxi or something.
Oh,
Well, I would appreciate that. Yes.